I've met strange people, but now I can say I've met madmen. This Bassilus was truly out of his mind. This is one deed where I can say that killing someone was a good thing, and who knows where he got all those corpses to bring back from. I can only hope from a grave, and not that they're all freshly killed by himself and his undead minions. The reward for him is 5,000 gold, and I am sure it'll feel nice to turn in his holy symbol for it. But first, we must return Melicamp to the High Hedge, so hopefully Thalantyr can return him to his normal form. After all this, we can then resume our search for Commander Bragg. Speaking of madmen, this Commander Bragg supposedly went mad as well. I do hope this isn't the start of something. Next thing you know, the iron shortage and all the bandit raids will mean nothing compared to the new plague that affects people's minds and turns them mad. That might make our current problem seem quite small, so I pray to Lathander that this won't come to be. Let us go back north. Return Melicamp. And then we can go back to Baragos and get the reward for Bassilus. I was calling him Basilius for a while, but his name is Bassilus. I guess I just kind of forgot.
Such menial
It's a long journey, very tiring. I really just want to stay in an inn now.
Such menial tasks.
Hopefully there won't be any problems. I sincerely hope you have some reason for bothering me. I've already stated that I want you to leave. Well, it's rather amusing, actually. You see, I happened to rescue this, talking chicken. Chickens do not talk, so quite obviously it is a polymorph being of some kind. Spells such as that wear off in time or can be dispelled. It is a simple matter and one not worth the waste of my day. Keep moving. I'm also quite aware of the mute status of chickens. Thank you very much. Yes, this is a transformed man, but it is also a man who claims to be your apprentice. That is why I brought him here. Apprentice? I had no apprentice. I teach no one about what I... Wait, Melicamp? Melicamp! Is that you? Yes, Master Thalantyr. It is I am no master to you, and you are no apprentice. What gall you have to expect help from me? He is not your student, but you do know of him, do you not? A student wishes to learn, while this fool wishes only to have knowledge. I will tutor no one who does not understand the ramifications of what I have to teach. Not getting the quick gratification he wished, he instead chose to steal from me. You speak of so much, but show so little. I only wish to learn a fraction of the power you possess. It has taken me some 50-odd years of life to gain the power I wield, and the will not to use it. You are but a baby in comparison. Frankly, I'm surprised you changed into such an old chicken. How did you manage that, by the by? You were muddling the simplest cantrip when I last observed you. I have progressed much since then. I borrowed a few items to speed the process. As I thought. Well, it's obvious you can steal my tools, but not my understanding of them. Hold still while I dispel this foolish facade. Can't very well get my property back while it's polymorphed into... Wait a moment. I did not possess any items that allow the casting of that enchantment. Wait. Oh dear. Melicamp, listen very carefully. What did you take? Nothing too valuable, I swear. Just some components. A few scrolls, a beat-up pair of bracers, a blank spellbook, some parchment. A pair of... Oh no, you little fool! The bracers in my locked and trapped safe? I certainly hope you can develop a taste for chicken feed because you're going to be stuck the way you are for a very long time. I know I stole from you, but you can't leave me like this. Please, Master Thalantyr, please, It's not a matter of whether I wish to help or not. It's simply that I do not have the power to undo what you have done. What sort of item could cause such a problem for even a mage such as yourself? The magic that so many revere today was not always the same as it is now. Any adventurer worth his salt should know this, and know that not every bauble they wring from a dungeon will be helpful. The bracers in question were a vain little reminder of, well, it really doesn't matter, does it? Suffice to say that I have no idea what their intended function was, and I was in no position to ask their former owner. Years have passed since my release, and the spoils of that Netheril ruin remain as enigmatic as ever. They resist even the strongest divination, and attempts to dispel result only in explosive consequences. Some things should just stay buried. The bracers were Netherese? That explains a lot. An artifact from Netherese Empire could have untold magical powers. Melicamp, you're lucky to have only been turned into a chicken. You call this cluck lucky? Compared to the alternatives, yes. That is why artifacts such as those bracers should remain untouched. Is there nothing that can be done? I'm willing to help however I can. If you are willing, then I will do what must be done. We will need a component that I do not have on hand, and it will be your job to get it. I will require the head of an undead creature, and a simple skeleton skull will do. Bring it back here, and I will try to bend a few magical rules to reincarnate this foolish boy. Reincarnate? But does that spell not require, cluck, the recipient to be dead? There must be a dead element, yes, that is what the skull is for. I cannot fully explain what I am to try, but it's something of a reversal on the reincarnation scheme. The age of the enchantment that changed you may allow for a loophole in the laws of magic. Of course, it may just kill us both in the casting. Such is life. Off you go to some dungeon or another. Return to the skull. Go. There's a skull. This skull's right outside. I think maybe Branwen has one. Hello again, my young adventurers. I see that you have the needed component. Well, shall we see if our young man regains his life, or he'll eventually be someone else's fest hall dinner? Oh. And that, as I say, is that. I fear our young friend did not survive the casting, and I feel a touch weary myself. Such are the ways of magic, unpredictable at the best of times. Do not feel responsible for his death. There was little more that we could have done. His body simply couldn't withstand the change once again. A lesson, I suppose, for the rest of us. Take good care to treat found items with respect. If you will excuse me, I have some work to do. I imagine you've a dungeon to storm somewhere. I wish you intelligence, because luck runs out. Oh, poor Melicamp.
What?
Let's go.
Such menial tasks.
My lady, as a squire, I was responsible for my mentor's equipment, and gathered a lot of useful skills. I can prepare a comfortable sleeping place without effort, out of only a few blankets, for example. You, as our leader, may have many things you are responsible for already. Do you want me to take care of your bedroll tonight? That sounds a bit presumptuous, Ajantus. He blushes. That might have sounded a bit odd, my lady. I was merely asking whether you want some help with common necessities, like preparing a resting place. I did that for my mentor, as I already pointed out. I mean, I helped him a lot too. Maybe it's not the best of ideas, Millie, but if you need any help, feel free to seek my assistance. I see you're trying to help, but after what just happened, I don't think that was appropriate timing. More gnolls. And skeletons.
Yes?
I will show you justice.
Oh, I'll show you a fight.
Everybody concentrate on one at a time.
I will show you justice.
My blade will cut you down to size. A simple matter. Fine.
Let's return to Baragost. Quite late in the night by the time we get back. Let's go straight to the temple.
A simple matter.
Took a few hours.
Fine.
To my chosen god as well. This is the Temple of Lathander. By the Morning Lord, I see that you have the holy symbol of Bassilus. It must have been a difficult battle to take down such a powerful man. Yours is a service that will not soon be forgotten. It is a pleasure to give you the full reward for which you have worked. 5,000 gold. Hello again,
A
Rochelle.
simple matter.
Guess I don't have any book. I think, or is it 10,000 gold to get back into Candlekeep? I don't really want to spend 10,000 gold to get back in there. And for what? My father's not even alive anymore. The place would just remind me too much of him, and I don't want to go through that. Oh, which place was... Where was Purdue? Did I write it down? I think it was... Girk's Cloak, Purdue Short Sword. I didn't write down where he is. Well, I don't think it's in Feldposten. I think it's in one of these two. I don't think it's in, it's gotta be the Red Sheaf, actually. Because it's not the Jovial Juggler.
We follow the righteous path. The path of hell.
Fine.
Purdue. The little one. There he is.
A simple matter.
Weird things have been afoot lately.
Figured maybe he'd eaten it by now. I hope you ran him through once or twice to get it, at least. Now take your 50 gold and be gone. Kind of rude.
Such menial tasks.
The Jovial Juggler is my favorite place to go. I don't think we have any more bandit sculpts, though. And it seems I have become more skilled. Me, myself, and I. Yes, I've become very confident in my skills lately. Becoming much better at what I do. I'm able to hit things faster and further away. And I've got a magical bow, even though it's just a small enchantment on it.
Such menial tasks.
See if we can stay the night. Show us your list of services, please. Maybe we'll drink. Went through quite a lot. Those damn bandits, I just heard from my wife. They've struck again, slaughtered the men who were guarding the caravan, including 2 boys from here in Baragos. Such a sad thing. With iron so scarce, I don't see how the Flaming Fist is going to continue to be effective police force. No new weapons and no new armor, not a good thing. Rasada and Ajantis both refuse to drink alcohol. That's more for the rest of us. Cheaper, too. Hear about those heroes of Nashkel? Some good folk, mercenaries, it said, came down to solve all that town's problems. I'd sure like to shake their hands, I would. Fat chance I'll ever meet them, though. I hear relations haven't been going too good between the 2 powers in this region. Yes, Am and Baldur's Gate. People have been saying that ever since I left Candlekeep. Wonder where those bandits come from. They seem to know exactly how to escape the fist. Where do they hide? Must be somewhere in the woods. Yes, maybe I'll get drunk too, just like Bronwyn. Alcohol for all us girls. Ugh. Let's find a bed to sleep now.
You were startled out of sleep with a chill, though the night is warm and calm. It is though someone has walked across your grave, and for a moment you wonder if it was you. With this thought, the ground beneath you opens, and you are swept into the dark. When light returns, you do not find its presence comforting. Before you lay the empty mines of Nashkel, cleansed by your previous passage. You move through walls and floors alike, descending deeper and deeper, until a bloated figure comes into view. Mullahay, in no better shape than you left him, stands motionless before you. Held from whatever afterlife calls it, this foul apparition has been waiting for you. A dagger of bone hovers before it, ready for a willing hand to drive it deep. Had this creature breath, you were sure it would be hurling curses. It waits for the kill, a death beyond death, and knows no hope. You turn your back on the blade, and it clatters to the floor. Punishment enough shall find this creature in the land of the dead. You need not inflict any more upon him. Surprised and thankful, the visage of Mullahay hobbles forward and through you, off to whatever fate it deserves. Perhaps for safekeeping, it leaves a part of itself behind. It is a spark of hope that fills a space within you, a dagger-shaped hole you did not know was empty. There is a cry of rage from the depths, and the dagger of bone launches itself through the air. Your heart, its target. You awake just as it should have struck, and the cold sweat that covers you stings your eyes. A disapproving voice lingers in your ears, though it should have disappeared with the dream. You will learn.
Terrible dream. My lady, I noticed you tossing your sleep. By helm. You are drowned in sweat. What is the matter? It was horrible, Ajantis. Something frightened me out of sleep. It is no wonder these happenings are giving you bad dreams, my lady. You haven't been trained to fight and kill evil enemies threatening your life. Mullahay seemed to be our main enemy until we discovered that there is obviously an even bigger organization behind it. No, it wasn't Mullahay that turned my dream into a nightmare. It seemed more like a foreboding of some very determined hostile power that's awaiting me. It is easy to feel like we're being chased if we have to be aware of attacking enemies every moment. Our travels and fights are very demanding. I suggest you make sure you get enough rest to gather your strength. We cannot allow ourselves to be weakened when our glorious task requires that we be prepared to fight the next enemy at any moment. Saying that, I would suggest that I take over your next turn of night watch, my lady, to give you more time to relax. It is important that our leader is well rested, and I feel bad seeing you so upset.
I need a swig of some strong, dwarven ale.
Well, it's not good news hearing more bandits raiding caravans, killing people coming from Baragos.
Fine.
And flaming fists that can't seem to catch them. They seem to be losing their ability to stop the bandit raids. Well, we have a few things. Let's see what we can sell at this Thunderhammer Smithy. It was a terrible night. Not from traveling too long and not from fighting. It was just whatever. Ugh. I had to wipe myself clean with cloth and a bowl of water, cold water.
Fine.
Ah, Orin, there you are. We found a way to counteract the contaminant, and I've tested it all on my stock. Once we're certain it works, I'll send our results down to Nashville, but in the meantime, go ahead and take a look at what I've got. I think you'll find it's a bit better than it was before. You mean weapons that don't break apart? That sounds good to me. Well, we have a bit of gold again, but... Sell this short sword. What jewelry do we have? Oh, we have to go find the Kokado family here, and we don't have much to sell out of our gem bag. The Kokado family. And our gem. Gauntlets. No, we don't. Nira can identify it. Well, we have almost 7,000 gold. Maybe we should save it for when we return to Aerie, though. But this full plate armor would be nice, but it's just not at the moment. Maybe in the future. Let's go find the Kokado family to deliver the bad news.
A simple
I mean,
matter.
other than clearing out the Nashka mines and getting rid of Bassilus, that's the only good things that I'm aware of that's happened since I left Candlekeep. Other than that, it's been terrible. Bandits killing everybody. My father dying. Somebody hunting me.
Fine.
Mr. Kokero, I bring news. Please, no visitor today. I am quite unwell with grief over my missing son. I told the fool not to travel in such times, especially with wife and child in tow. But he would not listen. Now I have no idea where he... Wait, where did you get that amulet? It was certainly a piteous sight. A young family cut down in a cowardly raid. This was among their meager belongings. It was my son's. Please, might I have it? Oh, of course, sir. It is regretful that I could not have arrived sooner and prevented their deaths. I thank you. Funny, isn't it, how a simple piece of cut glass takes on so much more worth? Please, leave me.
Good on you if you save the day.
We follow the righteous path. The
Orin.
path of hell.
Orin, I am very content with our actions so far, and I think you are a very good leader. Our deeds show the spirit of goodness and righteousness. I thank Helm we combined our forces. Let us go and carry on. There are still a lot of evil creatures waiting on our way. Okay.
Fine.
I guess we have to find this Bragg now. Commander Bragg. Former commander. No, I don't feel good inside. Too much death. That reminds me of what happened to my father. In his case, he lost his son and his grandson and his daughter-in-law. I don't know where Bragg is, but we can go looking for him. Down south. Interestingly, maybe that witch left by his house. Took only a few hours to get over here, and the sun is shining. It does make me feel better, at least. He's back. My interest is that he's such a strange man.
I understand.
I'm not interested in it any other way. He does have nice arms, though. Ah, it's you, Orin. I wondered if you'd be back or not. I still wonder how you knew it's my name. I told you already. I look at you and I know you're Orin. Don't ask me how or why. Do I look like Tommy or Eldana? No, I don't. I look like Left and you look like Orin. Simple. It's not the first time. You people always ask such strange questions. How did you know it's his baby? Or how did you know that he lost his tooth because he was a victim of his not really balanced stepmother? I just know things. Just like you know where the sun or moon is when you look in the sky. But you know it's not something normal, don't you? Never have I heard about such a gift. It's not usual for your kind, indeed. My kind? Look, let's make it clear. I hate misunderstandings. They always end up with some arguments, a missing tooth, or some other unwelcome results. I'm a simple man and a witch. At the same, I know things. I know the weather. I can talk to fate, fishes, and fire, and some other stuff that starts with the letter F. I can cook, even though some wouldn't call it manly. What else? I like lazy mornings when I can stay in bed and skip my everyday bath, if I feel like doing so. I don't shave every day. I like to scratch my head. I like to have sex, too. So you decide if I'm an unusual man. I think I know what you mean. Sorry if I made you feel strange. I didn't mean to make you angry. Good. I thought you would be less tolerant. Why would you come back anyway? As I said, I wondered if that was going to happen, but I didn't ask Fate about it. I like surprises, so we don't talk too often. I came here because I found you interesting. I like unusual people. Ha! Clear flattery. Look, I won't give you any job here. I have a rule. If I need something, I deal with it on my own. There are plenty of adventurers these days. Let me apologize, but you won't get any quests from me. I'm not here to earn money. I came here because it's an interesting place with an interesting inhabitant. If that's the reason. Fine, you can pay me a visit from time to time. As I told you in the beginning, rarely do people pay me a visit, but you should know that I'm not always here, but I always come back. And I need to go right now. It was nice to see you again, Orin. I hope to have another chat with you. in a while. Very, very strange man.